In a bustling village, where the streets were always alive with noise and laughter, there lived a wealthy merchant named Rajan. His name was known far and wide for his riches, yet his heart was as cold as the coins he hoarded. Rajan believed that wealth was the only measure of a person's worth. He valued gold over gratitude and possessions over people. Not far from Rajan's shop, there lived a poor beggar named Hari. Each day, Hari sat at the market gate, hoping for a kind soul to offer him a piece of bread or a few coins. Despite his struggles, Hari never lost his warmth. He greeted everyone with a smile, even those who ignored him. One day, Rajan walked past Hari with a disdainful look. Hari greeted him with a kind smile and said, "Good morning, sir. May your day bring you joy." But Rajan scoffed and continued walking, thinking, "Why should I share my hard-earned wealth with someone who doesn't work?" The village was abuzz with preparations for the annual harvest festival. It was a time of joy and giving, but for Rajan, it was another opportunity to showcase his wealth. He decorated his shop lavishly, ensuring that everyone knew he was the richest man in the village. Hari, despite having nothing, decided to do something special for the festival. He used the small coins he had saved to buy flowers and placed them at the temple entrance, hoping to bring joy to others. On the festival day, Rajan walked through the market in his finest attire. Villagers admired him, but their admiration was mixed with whispers about his lack of generosity. Meanwhile, Hari stood near the temple, watching the celebrations with a contented smile. Rajan noticed Hari and sneered, "Why waste your few coins on flowers when you can barely feed yourself?" Hari replied humbly, "Kindness is not about how much you give, but the joy you bring to others. These flowers may be small, but they carry my hope to brighten someone's day." That evening, a mysterious stranger arrived in the village. He observed the festivities and approached Rajan's shop. The stranger, dressed in simple robes, asked Rajan, "Merchant, you have everything one could desire. But tell me, do you know the value of true wealth?" Rajan laughed and said, "True wealth? Look around. Gold, jewels, spices. I am the richest man in this village. What more is there to wealth?" The stranger smiled and walked away without saying another word. He then went to Hari, who was resting near the temple. The stranger sat beside Hari and asked, "Why do you smile, even when life gives you so little?" Hari replied, "Happiness doesn't come from what we have, but from what we share. I may not have much, but every smile I give and receive makes me richer in spirit." The stranger nodded and handed Hari a small pouch before disappearing into the crowd. When Hari opened the pouch, he found a handful of gold coins. Tears of gratitude welled up in his eyes, and he whispered, "Thank you, kind soul. I will use this to help others in need." The next morning, news spread through the village about Hari's newfound wealth. Rajan, curious and envious, confronted Hari and asked, "How did you, a beggar, come by such fortune?" Hari explained the stranger's visit and his words about kindness and true wealth. Rajan listened, but his skepticism remained. Kindness? Spirit? Nonsense. Wealth is what you can hold in your hands, he scoffed. As Rajan turned to leave, the stranger reappeared in his shop. "Merchant, you still fail to understand. Let me show you the emptiness of your riches," said the stranger. With a wave of his hand, Rajan's shop appeared empty. His gold, jewels, and goods vanished. In that moment, Rajan felt a void he had never known. Without his wealth, he realized how little he had in terms of relationships or goodwill. "What have you done? My wealth is gone," he cried. The stranger said, "True wealth lies not in possessions, but in the hearts you touch." Hari may have little, but his kindness has made him rich in ways you cannot imagine. The stranger waved his hand again, and Rajan's wealth returned. But the lesson lingered in his heart. From that day, Rajan began to change. He learned to value kindness over gold, and the village, once indifferent to him, started to admire him for his generosity. In the end, Rajan discovered that true wealth is not measured by what you have, but by what you give. And in giving, he found a joy he had never known before. True wealth lies not in the riches we hoard, but in the kindness we share. For in touching the lives of others, we make our own life